Welcome to Make It Take It. I'm DC. My last video out, I had Detroit +2, and it was a bad beat. They ended up being a 2-point favorite. If you watched that or if you followed that at all, 0-8 Detroit was a 2-point favorite, and they lost the 2-point cover on foul shots down the stretch with seconds left. I say I don't usually complain about beats like that, but that was a tough one. And I would take it again if it was there today. That's how I know if it was a game I was meant to take or not. Sometimes you look back at games and say, why did I take that? I forced that. I had a couple tough beats this week. It was the total, the Cornell total, and that Detroit game. I would take them both again if they were listed today. So nothing lost there. We move on to today. Big college basketball today. But I'll link my previous video in the description because I do that win or loss just to keep everything traceable, trackable, findable, and my record for each sport down there. So move on to today. There's a few games. There was a lot of games that I liked today, so I had to limit it down. That's another thing. I haven't made a video for a couple days. You know, last week I skipped a day and I hit a 16 parlay. In the last couple days, like Thursday night, I didn't put a football play in, but I ended up money lining the Patriots and taking a couple props that came out. Sometimes if I take a step back from making videos, because on video, I don't know if it's pressure that I'm like looking for the game to put on video. And then when I take a step back, it maybe lets some of that up. We'll see. I like these games today that I'm taking. Couple lines I find interesting. So subscribe. If you like talking college basketball, I'm going to be here all year talking about basketball, the games that I take. I keep track of my wins and losses. And you go from there. Today, I like the first one is Eastern Washington at Air Force. I like Eastern Washington +8 here. Eastern Washington hasn't come close to covering against any team this year. It hasn't come close to 8 points, really. Maybe in one game and a non-Division I game. Now they have Air Force, who's 7-2, won 6 straight, and they're only getting 8 there. Take your risk if you want on a one-win team, but I like Eastern Washington, and I'm taking them. My second one, Davidson's a little down this year. Davidson's a team that's usually one of the higher teams of their conferences. The way they've been getting lined, we know that they're not as good this year. That's how I take it anyway. But I do like them today at home against Miami, Ohio. I think they get the double-digit win. So I'm taking Davidson on that one. I like a couple totals. I haven't been doing great on totals this year so far, but I like 2 overs today. It's the Alabama-Purdue shootout. I think that's going to be a fun, fast-paced game. We get over 160 in that one. And then there's Hofstra, St. Louis. I think the same thing. We have a lot of points there. We have a lot of fast pace there. St. Louis, I generally look at as a defense team, but this year and against Hofstra, I think they get up over 150. And then the last game I struggled with, I liked a couple ACC games. I liked Duke as a decent-sized favorite against Charlotte, and I liked Georgia Tech, and I think I'm going to end up going with Georgia Tech. They're a 19-point favorite over Alabama A&M, and it's mostly because at first I liked this over, but I don't know if Alabama A&M is going to be able to score enough to put the game over on Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech had a few bad losses, but Alabama A&M is at the bottom of defense in the all 362 Division I teams this year. They give up tons of points, and I think Georgia Tech needs one of them big wins at home, and I think they'll do it today. So I took Georgia Tech. Again, I was considering Duke and a couple rivalries of teams that I like and follow this year, like UMass Lowell at UMass. Last year, Lowell won this game. This year, I'd lean UMass, but I didn't take that one. I also like this Southern Indiana State game. Southern Indiana was one of my teams last year. They were a sneak team for me. But this year, I like Indiana State probably to cover that big line. And there's the Xavier-Cincinnati rivalry. I think Xavier's won the last few years. Kind of lean Cincinnati there. But I didn't take any of those. The ones that I took were Eastern Washington, Davidson, the overs in the Hofstra St. Louis, Purdue, Alabama game. And I didn't take Georgia Tech yet, but I probably am going to end up taking that Georgia Tech. Let's hear from Milo. What's up, buddy?
Good.
What's going on? He's getting over a cold. You feeling better today? What's happening? Who you like today?
Today I like the Villanova Wildcats.
Villanova plays at Wells Fargo Center against UCLA. They're a 3-point favorite right now. You like Villanova today, huh?
Oh.
So what do you think? A good Sixers game last night, huh? We watched.
It was.
All right. What else is going on?
None.
Okay. There we go. Nothing else but Villanova today.
Yeah.
Those are my plays for today. Thank you for watching. Good luck today.